story time on Best Lab Kids TV.
Yay!
Abraham Lincoln, the boy who never gave up. Hello kids, welcome to Bent Lab Kids TV, where history comes alive. Today we're going to meet a boy who was born in a tiny wooden cabin but grew up to become one of the greatest presidents in American history. His name was Abraham Lincoln. But did you know he had less than 1 year of formal schooling? Or that he once walked miles to borrow a single book? Long ago, on February 12, 1809, a baby named Abraham Lincoln was born in a small log cabin in Kentucky. His family wasn't rich. They had no electricity, no television, no computers, and not even running water. Abraham helped his father chop wood, plant crops, and care for animals. Because he became so good at splitting logs with an axe, people later nicknamed him the Rail Splitter. But Abraham loved something even more than chopping wood. He loved reading. Books were very rare where Abraham lived. Whenever he heard someone owned a book, he would happily walk for miles just to borrow it. At night, there were no lamps or light bulbs, so Abraham often read by the warm glow of the fireplace. Here's an amazing fact many people don't know. One day, he accidentally damaged a borrowed book after rain leaked into his family's cabin. Instead of making excuses, Abraham worked for the owner for several days to pay for the book. He believed honesty was always the right choice. That honesty earned him another famous nickname, Honest Abe. Abraham kept growing taller and taller until he reached 6 feet 4 inches. He became the tallest president in American history. Even though he looked very strong, he was also kind. He loved telling funny stories and making people laugh. Another little-known fact is that Abraham was an excellent wrestler when he was young. He competed in many matches and lost only once. People admired both his strength and his fair play. Abraham didn't have teachers every day. Instead, he taught himself. He read books about history, science, law, and famous leaders. Whenever he had free time, he studied. He even practiced speeches out loud while working in the fields. He worked so hard that he became a lawyer, even though he had never attended law school. He kept reading, learning, and asking questions. What an incredible example! Years later, Abraham Lincoln became the 16th President of the United States. It was one of the hardest times in American history because the country was divided during the Civil War. Abraham worked tirelessly to keep the nation together. He also believed every person deserved freedom. In 1863, he issued the Emancipation Proclamation, which declared freedom for enslaved people in the Confederate States. He reminded people that every human being has value. Here's one more fascinating fact. Abraham Lincoln kept important papers inside his tall black hat. Instead of carrying a briefcase, he sometimes folded letters and speeches and placed them inside his hat so they wouldn't get lost. Imagine opening your hat and finding homework inside. Even after many failures and disappointments, Abraham Lincoln never stopped trying. He lost several elections before finally becoming president. He faced many difficult challenges, but he kept believing that doing what was right mattered more than giving up. Today, people around the world remember him for his courage, honesty, kindness, and determination. What an amazing adventure! From a tiny log cabin to the White House, Abraham Lincoln proved that your beginning does not decide your future. If you keep learning, tell the truth, work hard, and never give up, you can make a difference too. Which Abraham Lincoln fact surprised you the most? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us again on Bent Lab Kids TV for more exciting stories about heroes who changed the world. See you next time. Bye!